Hey everyone, I'm Brett, and welcome to Nightwood Guns. It is always a pleasure whenever a Bul Armory pistol makes its way onto the channel, and today we are looking at the 2024 Ultralight. They've been making the Ultralight for a while now, but this has all of the new 2024 features on it, and if you already own a Bul Armory Ultralight, I think it's definitely worth upgrading. And I think the aesthetics are really cool on this. It is like a snub-nosed 2011. Very cool look. The Ultralight has been a bestseller for Bul Armory, so in today's video we are going to go over the features, the stuff that's new for 2024, the things I like about it, and maybe a couple of the cons if you're considering picking one of these up. And of course we will also be talking about its shooting performance and its reliability, including with jacketed hollow point ammunition. And there is something that I like about the Ultralight more than I like about its bigger brother offerings. This was a 1,000 round review thanks to Buffalo Creek Ammo. Buffalo Creek ammunition is my favorite training ammo nowadays. There's something on screen to help you out there, so be sure to check out Buffalo Creek. I am very lucky to get to share reviews like this with you guys, and it's because of your support, so be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below to keep the content flowing. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons. You guys help keep the lights on here when things get rough. And thanks to everyone who's checked out my books on Amazon. They are thrilling short reads that you're gonna love. So if you haven't checked them out, the links in the description below are the place to be for all of that good stuff. Now, hopping into the video, the Ultralight certainly lives up to its name. For a double stack 1911 pistol, this is really lightweight. It comes in at 23.6 ounces unloaded. And for a pistol like this, that is entering the "it's so light I forgot I had it on me" category. So two major pros to having a lightweight pistol is one, comfort on your belt if you don't like carrying heavier guns. I personally don't mind, but I know a lot of people are weight sensitive on their pistols. And number two, a lighter weight gun comes out of the holster faster. Same for a shorter barrel gun. So this thing is really zippy out of the holster. And if you are informed about defensive shoots, you will know that your time to the first accurate shot on target is probably the most critical part of winning a gunfight. So this has a 3¼ inch bull barrel, and you may have noticed on previous Ultralights, the barrel kind of looked like a star. It was fluted all the way across to remove weight. Well, they added a little more weight to the barrel on this. They still removed some material on the barrel to keep the weight down, but they wanted to add non-reciprocating weight to the gun because the previous Ultralight was a little on the snappy side, and adding some more non-reciprocating weight to the gun eliminated the snappiness of this pistol. So I think that was definitely a good move. And also going away from the fluted barrel, it's going to increase the durability and lifespan of the barrel as it wears over time. Now, my favorite thing about the Ultralight, something I like even more than its bigger brothers, is the compact grip module. So the full-size gripped Bul Armories, including their EDC, has an 18-round flush fit magazine. This has a 16-round flush fit magazine. And just to give you an idea of what that looks like on camera, here are the two magazines next to each other. So it's a lot more concealable. So it comes with 3 of the 16-round flush fit magazines, and of course the coolest thing is, much like a Glock, 19 or 26, it is compatible with every other Bul Armory magazine. I also prefer the ergonomics of the compact grip module. It kind of hits that Glock 19 Goldilocks size for me. I have a medium-sized hand, and it fits me perfectly. And it's not so short that your pinky's gonna be hanging off the end of the gun, so you can still get that full grip on the pistol to help you manage that recoil and control it a little better. And the best part about it is the older Ultralights did not have this texturing on it. They put their full-size Bul Armory texturing on the sides of the grip, and this is my favorite grip texture on the market, period. Seriously, put this grip texture on every single pistol on the market and I would be a happy camper. And while we're talking about the grip, it also comes with a low profile concealed carry magwell that you can pop on there if you want it. It is really cool that they designed specifically a low profile concealed carry magwell to go along with it, and they include the magwell in the package along with the mainspring housing pin that you need. If you've never swapped a magwell before, just make sure you are at hammer down and you rubber band the grip safety down. That way everything stays in place and you can easily punch out the pin, toss the new magwell on there, piece of cake. The other cool thing about the magwell is it acts as a little bit of a grip extension, so if you have bigger hands and you need a little more surface area to get a hold of, that is going to be your answer. And if you haven't noticed by now, they have a chopped beaver tail on this to help with concealability and to help with comfort when carrying at appendix. That way, when you bend over, you're not getting stabbed by an ultra long grip safety beaver tail. And of course, one of the downsides of chopping a grip safety is you can get hammer bite with a normal hammer, but they are ahead of the curve. They bobbed the hammer, so that way you will completely avoid any kind of hammer bite when getting a proper high grip on the gun. Something else new for 2024 on the Ultralight is they added a one-piece stainless steel guide rod to it. One, the extra non-reciprocating weight of the stainless steel guide rod helps level out the gun a little more, just kind of adds to its shootability. And of course, it also adds to long-term durability and reliability over their previous system. And it also makes it easier to rack than the previous Ultralight, so overall, this is a massive upgrade. And something else that's pretty cool is it sticks out just enough to kind of act as a standoff device. So when you push it into something, it is not going to go out of battery very easily. Nice little addition to a defensive pistol. Much like their other new 2024 releases, they put their new slide serrations on there, which is so grippy even with wet hands, and it's not sharp, so it's not going to cut you up or be uncomfortable. Much like the grip texture, put these slide serrations on every pistol ever made, please. The non-ported model also comes with a green fiber optic front sight and an adjustable rear sight. And honestly, it is a really great set of sights, especially for defensive shooting. If you're not planning on running an optic, then these sights are ready to go out of the box. I love them. And if you do want to run an optic, they have their excellent and sturdy BAO micro system going on here, where you can mount any RMSC footprint optic, so Holosun 407K, 507K, EPS carry. And as you can see, I have the EPS carry on here, which makes for an excellent pairing with the Bul Armory Ultralight. And of course, like their other 2024 offerings, they blacked out all of the accents, giving it a very sleek and tactical look. Other than that, everything else that's amazing about Bul Armory pistols is here, including the double undercut so you can get a really high grip on the pistol, absolutely lock in with it. Now, all of these features are absolute home runs, but how does it shoot? Because it has a very short barrel and it is very lightweight. This gun runs so fast. I shot the spiciest bill drill with this gun from concealment and was blown away. Because of the way this gun is put together, very lightweight with a short barrel, I was expecting it to be snappy, but with their new recoil system that they put in there, with the ergonomics, the texture, this thing is so shootable. Not to mention, Bul Armories have the best triggers in this price range for double stacked 1911 pistols. This thing just runs like a sewing machine. It's insane.
That's unreal.
It really does shoot like a compact race gun, and it's so easy to be accurate with this gun at speed. I mean, I shot a spicy fast drill with this compact gun, which also blew me away. I really can't overstate how easy it is to run this gun fast, which in my opinion, is really important for defensive shooting. Shot placement is extremely important, but when you're shooting a three-dimensional target without an X-ring on it, they're shooting back at you and both of you are moving, you may need a few more chances really fast to get that proper shot placement. And the Bul Armory Ultralight definitely delivers. Now let's talk about reliability, because this is something I was a little worried about. You know, the second you start taking what is essentially the guts of a full-size pistol and cramming them into a compact pistol, things can get a little wonky, but this gun ran 100% reliably through 1,000 rounds, and yes, I even tested my Federal HST 124 plus Ps through this thing to make sure it would run, and it ran perfectly. It ate everything I threw at it. So with the Ultralight, Bul Armory has blended a compact concealed carry piece with the performance of a race gun and the reliability of a duty gun. This is a really impressive offering. And if you forgot from earlier, be sure to like, leave a comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Really helps out. And while nearly everything on this pistol is a slam dunk, nothing is perfect. As you know, I run an honest channel here. I'm going to tell you my honest thoughts. There are some cons to consider if you're thinking about picking one of these up. Number one, you lose the rear sight when you mount an optic on here. The good news is the EPS carry has the little backup rear irons milled into the sight itself, but the downside is if you have a screw shear on your optic and your optic goes flying, you're left with just a front sight, which is totally workable and doable. You can shoot a gun with just a front sight. I just kind of prefer to have the rear sight there. However, I'm not sure I've heard of anyone who had a Bul Armory Ultralight that had an optic fly off of it, especially with the new BAO micro system. This thing is very sturdy. I am extremely confident in it, but in a perfect world, it'd be nice to have a backup iron. Next up, while they eliminated the snappiness from the older design, this still has a little bit of a punchy recoil. So it doesn't have a lot of muzzle rise, but the recoil is definitely on the punchier side of things just because the nature of physics. So while this thing can be run really, really fast, it is important to have a solid grip on the thing to ride the lightning when you're running it fast. Everything's a trade-off and you gotta pay the piper, but at the end of the day, it's just a 9mm, so how much is that really? Another potential downside if you have extra small hands is since this grip is still compatible with all Bul Armory magazines, it's a little on the fatter side. Again, I have medium-sized hands and it is the perfect grip for me, but if you're smaller than that, it might be a little bit of a handful. Next up, the barrel length could be a potential con. Now, I chronoed this thing and it's getting decent muzzle velocity, nearly 100 feet per second more muzzle velocity than my standard P365, so that's a good thing. I'm not concerned about that, but the thing you want to consider is if you carry appendix. So I've talked about this before with appendix carry. When you have a short barreled pistol and you're carrying up front, there's not a lot of leverage below your belt line, and because of that, the gun can tip out or spill out over your belt line. And also when it spills over the belt line, it can create a hot spot right here where it's kind of digging into you. And that's why when I'm carrying a shorter barrel pistol, I'm still carrying in a longer holster. So this holster is for my Bul Armory EDC. It's a Tier 1 Concealed Axis Elite, and it's the cool like ghost recon pattern. So you can see in there, the barrel ends right there. But I like having this extra holster below the belt line to get that leverage so that it does not spill out over the top of my belt line. And then the question becomes, if you're gonna carry a longer holster anyways, why not carry a longer barrel and get more muzzle velocity? And the answer for that would just be you want the lightest weight pistol possible because barrel weighs a lot. But to be honest, that's it. This thing is just an incredibly strong offering. No wonder the previous Ultralight was their best seller. And I can only imagine that this thing is going to go like hotcakes. It's going to be so popular. So I can't wait for these things to hit the wild so I can see what you all think about them because it really blew me away. I'm probably going to grip swap my EDC Pro with the compact grip module, and I'm going to fight like hell to get my hands on the ported version of the Ultralight. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, everyone. It was great seeing you again, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.